Hello, 7th grade. Today we're going to work on ordering rational numbers. And this is a fundamental skill that you'll need to fill your competencies. So let's get started. So to order rational numbers, all you have to do is to make sure that you are using a number line. Now, it is important to, when you're starting this, to visualize and use a number line because it will help you see the problem and it will help you get comfortable with the concept of ordering rational numbers. To order rational numbers, what you want to do is make sure that all the numbers are in the same form. So as you know, rational numbers can be in the form of decimals or it can be in the form of fractions. So when you're trying to compare the two, you want to make sure to change all the numbers either into fractions or change all the numbers into decimals. Okay, so let's practice ordering the following rational numbers. So like I said, we want to use and visualize a number line. So we have a number line right here and we're just going to start placing our numbers. And in this problem, what we're going to do is we're going to change everything into decimals, just so we can have practice going from fractions to decimals. All right, so first we have -3, which is already in decimal form, so we can just place that on the number line. So we have -3 right here. Then next we have 11/3, which is in a fraction form, so we have to change it from a fraction into a decimal. So what we want to think about 11/3 is 11/3 is the same as 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3, because that would give us 9/3, right, which is the same as 3. And when we subtract 9/3 from 11/3, we're left with 2/3. So 11/3 is the same as 3 and 2/3. And 2/3 is equal to 0.66 repeating. So 11/3 is the same as 3.66 repeating. So we put that on the number line, which is around here. Next, we have 2.5, which is already in decimal form. So we put that on the number line here. And then we have -2.6, which is also already in decimal form. So we can place that over here. And we have 1, which is also in decimal form. And finally, we have to change -5/2 into decimal form. So similar to this, -5/2 is, what we want to do is look at it, break it down. So -5/2 is the same as 2/2 plus 2/2, which would equal 4/2, plus a half, which would equal 5/2. Now remember, 2/2 plus 2/2 is 2, plus a half is 2.5. But we have to remember that it's negative, so it's -2.5, which we can place on the number line here. So if we were to order the numbers from least to greatest, it would go from -3 to -2.6 to -5/2, 1, 2.5, and then 11/3. So whenever you're doing these problems, make sure to use a number line so that you do not get confused. Okay, so we're gonna work on the first problem together, and for the remaining 2 problems, please go to Google Classroom and see if you got the answers correct. And remember, just rewatch this video if you're confused, and you'll be able to do these problems. Okay, so let's get started. So the first one, we want to arrange the following numbers in from least to greatest, right? So we want to get the smallest number, and we want to go to the biggest number. So we have 7.4, -4, 0.2, -2.6, 5/10, and -7.4. I'm going to give you some time to work on it, and then we'll check together. Okay, so for the first number, 7.4, it's just a decimal, so we can place that on the number line. It is greater than 7, less than 8, so it's going to be somewhere between 7 and 8, a little before 7.5. Next, -4, yet again, we can just place it on the number line. It will be right here, -4. Next, we have 0.2, yet again, it's a decimal, so we can just place it on the number line. -2.6. Some of you may get confused where to put this because it's a negative number with a decimal. Now remember, when we're looking at negatives, the way you want to think about it is how far away is it from 0. So it is 2.6 units away from 0, and it is negative, so we want to go left starting from 0. So we go 1, 2.6. So it'll be somewhere around here. Okay, then we have 5/10. For this, what we want to do is we want to change it into a decimal. So we can say 5/10 is equal to a half when we simplify, and a half is equal to 0.5. So we can put 0.5, which is halfway between 0 and 1. And finally, we have negative 7.4. So negative 7.4, yet again, that means it is 7.4 units to the left of 0. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 0.4, right? I hope you got these questions correct. If so, good job. Now remember, the next two problems that were mentioned, they will be on Google Classroom, so do the work yourself and see if you got the answers correct. All right, thanks, see you guys.